All right, guys, this is like my fifth time recording it, so I'm just going to try to speed through this. I'm going to show you my 1 minute trendline strategy on SPY for day trading. I mostly scalp, I don't really swing, so I'm going to show you how to scalp on the 1 minute. Using the replay function, we're going to go over Friday's price action. Every morning around 8 o'clock is when I pull up the charts. What I'm looking for is the last trend that forms right before market open, and it appears we're in a downtrend like this. Our downtrend lines we're going to mark red with the ray tool. And so let's let this play out. Okay, so 8:30 opens, we're chopping a little bit right here, and then we get a break above the downtrend line. So this is where you would enter calls with a stop loss of a candle close below the red line. You'll see here that we only got a candle wick, not a close. So once our next swing low forms, we're going to mark our uptrend line using the same ray tool, but we're going to mark this line green. I like to use the magnet with weak on to snap onto the wicks. Okay, so as long as price stays above this green line, then calls are good. I'm going to speed this up. Calls are still good. You see we're above this green line. So when we get a big pump like this, I like to trail my trend lines up because, when this happens, there's a good chance that there's some kind of sweep and they're going to reverse this all the way back down. So what I do is come from the last line that last point I connected, and then this is called trailing your line up. Well, it actually intersects this price, so I'm going to move this to this point right here. So when price breaks below this line, this is where I'm going to exit. Candle wick, no close. Bounce off of the line. All right, so on this candle right here, this is where I would have closed out. All right, so you would have rode the calls from 6:13:45 all the way up to 6:15:22, and that's using 1 minute trend lines. All right, so now we're trading at all-time highs, and so I'm only looking for puts because obviously we can go higher, but I don't. There's not that much room to go up because there's no key levels, right? So there's a lot more downside than there is upside. So at this point, based on risk reward, I'm only looking for puts. So after I exit here, I'm not going to be looking for the first put trade right after because you just closed a trade. Not much time for you to enter the next one. What I'm going to do is just mark out the downtrend and just see where it goes. And see that broke immediately and came back into this. Okay, so here we're in a fair value gap, so we should expect price to break upwards. It does. We're just going to pay attention. We're looking for puts. We're going to wait for the next uptrend line to form. All right, so right here, we have the swing right here, swing low. And because this move is part of the same, direction, we're actually going to move this uptrend line over. It's connected here. We're going to move it over to here. So as long as price stays above this green line, we expect it to continue going up. And it breaks it right here. So this is where you would have entered puts with a stop loss back above this green line until the downtrend line forms. Still good because it respected this line. And then boom. This is where you should have exited because this right here. Oh, actually, no, you wouldn't have exited. Okay, because these are just candle wicks. Okay, right here. This is where you would have exited. Right here, here, not that much of a loss. Okay, and then we're going to delete this line. And because we're still continuing in the same direction, we're going to move our trend line over, still going in the same direction. Bounce right there off the trend line. We got another break. If you were paying attention, you would have entered puts here with stop loss above. We got that break above, stopped out. So the entry was 615.98. The exit was 616.10. So a 12-cent loss. Very tight stop loss. You're not losing much there. We're going to keep doing this until we catch the monster trend. So here price breaks back above and reclaims the trend line. But you see how we just broke uptrend and then reclaimed it and then broke it again? This tells me that buyers are losing steam, right? I say that a lot in chat, and this is what I mean, is that they fought so hard to continue this direction and then are giving up pretty quickly right here, right after they just reclaimed it.